Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. State your name and what school you play. What sport you play, and what school do you attend?
Kristen, Stainbeck, women's basketball, Austin Peay State University.
Why do you love the sport of basketball?
Basketball has been something that I've played my entire life, and so I grew a love for the sport at a very young age. I just really enjoy the competitiveness of basketball, how up and down the game is, and how unpredictable it is as well. And then also the friendships that come from basketball and just having a variety of teammates that you probably wouldn't be friends with if you didn't play on the same team. And it just creates such a family atmosphere. And honestly, there's really nothing like experiencing the game of basketball.
Oh, okay. What do you feel is an inspiration to you to play, to keep coming back again and again, to come and play? Yeah.
Well, I mean, as I've grown up, it's not always been fun. And one thing that you need to keep while you play basketball is the love for the game. And it hasn't always been that way. It's become a job at some point. But as I've grown as a person and as a player, I've really found my purpose to be playing to glorify God. And that's something that has just developed in the past couple of years. And so really, I would say now that I just feel like this has been a gift that I've been given. And to use that, and I have fallen in love with the game all over again, but to use that to give it everything I have, to reach people maybe that also play basketball, and just use that as a platform to glorify Him is what keeps me coming back.
Oh, good. Do you feel like playing basketball helps you overcome some mental adversities, physical adversities, social adversities in your life?
Absolutely. Basketball and sports in general teaches you a lot and shapes your character a lot. You have to be disciplined, and you have to have, it develops a good work ethic for most people. I was fortunate enough to have a very good high school coach, and while he was hard on me, he has taught me a lot. And I mean, playing basketball, you have to know what it is to be a team player. You have to know what it is to work with other people, and that can shape you for the world after basketball, for a career and whatever that may be. And you also have to be able to take instruction and just work hard. And so it not only shaped me as a person, it gave me a work ethic, and it also has humbled me in many situations, but it's taught me so much as to just how to live and how to be in other situations that aren't even involved in basketball.
Okay. How do you personally plan for your success? Before, after the games, during practices, during off seasons, how do you plan to do well?
I mean, you would have to say that that's in practice, because if you don't practice, you can't expect to just get out on the court and be able to play. After so many years, the game is kind of natural to you, but it's something that you have to continually get in the gym and work on. I mean, in practice, you always have to push yourself, and while that may be tough to do, it builds a mental toughness that not everybody that plays has. And so while you're practicing, while you're in the gym just shooting by yourself, whatever it may be, just pushing yourself as hard as you can go is what is going to help prepare you the best way, and being disciplined for a game whenever that time comes.
Do you ever feel like you're harder on yourself than people are on you?
Yes. I was always like that. Like I said, my perspective growing up and developing has changed now. It's not about me like it was before, but I was definitely, I would take it hard. There's so many nights where, like I said, my coach was hard on me, and so I felt like I took responsibility when things happened with our team, when we lost, whatever. And there were a lot of nights where I did beat myself up over it, but I also think that being hard on yourself to a healthy extent is something that, if you want to grow and get better, that you need to have, because you have to be disciplined and you have to expect the best out of yourself.
Okay. Last question. What do you feel like is your most memorable moment in your basketball career so far? I know it's a pretty broad question, pretty big question.
It is.
If you could pick out one specific moment, it doesn't even have to be during a game, or just like something off season, off time, something that just stands out to you.
I mean, which anybody would expect this if they knew me in high school. We went to state my junior year, and in the semifinal game, I hit a last-second shot. And so, like, that was at one of the points where it was like, man, this is amazing. I was on top of the world. It was such a great feeling. We were in the state tournament, and so that was in itself an amazing experience. But to be able to do something like that was memorable was awesome. But also something that probably wouldn't be as, while that was awesome and I enjoyed that and that was a great experience and it's something that I smile looking back on every single time, I think the thing that has happened the most to help me develop and grow as a person and as a player, I almost got my scholarship taken last year because I was taking advantage of I was just taking advantage of this opportunity. And so while that wasn't my favorite memory to look back on and it was a very difficult time, it's what taught me the most. And
kind of like a wake-up call?
Yeah, I definitely feel like it was a wake-up call from God to stop taking it for granted and to stop being so negative about everything and just to understand that this is a gift that could be taken away anytime. It almost did get taken away, and it's a privilege to be able to play here, to be on scholarship, and I need to treat it that way, and I need to give it everything I have and really appreciate it while I have the time left to play.
All right, that sounds good.